Good morning, this is Jack from Charting the Markets, and this is the pre-market webinar for the morning of Thursday, the 6th of August. My disclaimer, I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I'm doing and learn from it, transfer it to your own charts, and I'm not here to show trading signals. Right, okay. This is a video for paying subscribers at Charting the Markets on subset.com. It's published on YouTube after a delay of 24 hours. All right, great. Let's have a look at the signals here. Now, we had basically signals forming or fixed pretty much across the board yesterday morning. They all fixed. So on ES, we are a significant way towards the target. NQ is the only one that's now already reached the possible near miss target. Well, that makes sense because actually NQ's been trailing the pack and still is. In terms of RTY, sell signal fixed, getting pretty close to the possible near miss target. YM, this fixed last. And went longest. So 60-minute sell signal fixed here. DAX, 60-minute sell signal fixed. ESTX, 60-minute sell signal fixed, although it's not actually been doing much on the downside. And Nikkei, 60-minute weak, 60-minute sell signal fixed as well. So where are we? I don't think we're at this retracement low, but I'm not sure how far away it would be. Ideally, I'd be thinking about 7,700. And I think we're probably forming an ABC bull flag, but we will see. All right, let's have a look at the bigger picture. Okay, looking at, let's have a look at ES first. ES, obviously, we are leaving a little more room for the 3SD upper band. That's now at 78.44 and rising. The daily middle band is turning up. I was saying that I was expecting to see a period of consolidation at the minimum. And at the moment, this looks like that period of consolidation, basically to allow the middle band to turn up and the 3SD upper band to expand away. So in terms of SPX, pretty much the same, almost touched the 3SD upper band yesterday, getting fairly close. I'm going to be doing that post probably tomorrow morning, looking at upside targets, although I would note that Dyer is already testing the trend line that I was looking at. In terms of hourly sell signals, we didn't get any. We could still, with a retest of the high, set up some larger sell signals and get hourly RSI 14 sell signals down, which would be larger than the futures ones. At the moment, not seeing a compelling case for seeing that. But what I would say is, if we go down to, let's say, the 7,700 area, and then we go up again, and retest this high, we could set up hourly RSI 14 sell signals then, or at least we could on SPX. In terms of the 15-minute chart, we had a little bit of negative divergence, and that is playing out at the moment. Qs, we've got obviously we've still got the diamond top, and that hasn't failed yet. We could. The RSI 14 sell signal has reached possible near miss target, and it's the only one that has. And obviously, the Qs have broken back over the daily middle band and the 50 DMA, and we're back testing the 50 DMA yesterday. No negative divergence here, but again, exactly the same comments on the hourly RSI 14. But I'm leaning towards seeing at least a retest of the high this week, and we could go higher. In terms of 15-minute, not an awful lot to see, but we had a sell signal there, I think, and that's playing out. In terms of Dyer, this is the trend line that I was looking at, and we're basically testing it now. So this has been the strongest. I drew this in the other day as also the possible resistance on the move up from April last year, and we are basically getting into that area, as well as testing the resistance from the upwards resistance trend line from March this year. So watching that with interest, and it wouldn't astound me if we just went back and did a retest of that and failed. We shall see. Not a lot to see on the hourly chart. Let's have a look at IWM. Okay, IWM, we've got, we had obviously a hard break back up over the daily middle band. We actually closed over the 3SD upper band. That obviously needs a little time for space. That closed at 303 yesterday, and the high yesterday was at 303. And the high yesterday was at 303. So we are looking fairly tight there too. Again, here, it's the middle band is only just starting to break up. This isn't quite as constrained on its band rules as SPX is, but still, this was a strong signal of consolidation when we're seeing that consolidation. In terms of the hourly chart, again, probably see downside here and then possibility of setting up an RSI 14 sell signal, but this has gone a bit lower. And 15-minute chart, again, bit of divergence playing out at the moment. In terms of DAX, we went and made a new high, obviously. We've also gone higher enough here that this is no longer looking like a great looking level top. And Nikkei broke back over the daily middle band yesterday. So this is potential, this head and shoulders here is potentially in danger. And I've got that resistance, which it needs to respect in the 67,700 area. Let's have a quick look at SO. Bear with me a moment. On SO, we broke over the daily middle band, and we've seen a bit of a back test, and again, we could see a failure of the head and shoulders here, but that head and shoulder failure wouldn't be until about the 13,250 area. Morning, G. So we will see how that goes. These bear setups that I was talking about the other day in my post a couple of days ago on SO, on Nikkei, and on Qs, none of them have actually failed higher yet. They could, but they haven't actually done that yet. That increases the chances that if we are seeing a bull flag form here and we are going to see a retest of the high, that increases the chances that it actually retests the high and fails there. So I'm bearing that possibility in mind. All right, let's have a look at DX. DX got a weak 60-minute buy signal fixed here. Not really been doing a lot. This looks like a bearish consolidation at the moment. In terms of the other currencies, USD, little double top there potentially. USD/JPY is getting close to the possible near miss target, but this hasn't been a really strong rally after the intervention last week. I was talking on the bigger picture yesterday about the possibility that we might see the yen start to strengthen a lot. That would mean USD/JPY was going down, of course. And I am wondering whether we'll see the yen strengthen a lot over the next few months, the end of the yen carry trade, because this is, I was writing a post in 2014 and I said that that trying to normalize interest rates in Japan was a bit like sitting in a lake of oil trying to light a match. If you were successful, it could actually cause a major problem. So obviously they've already got a major problem with stagnation and so on, massive demographic issues. But the real problem I was talking about here was in the event that interest rates went up, then Japanese debt instruments would start attracting money because they weren't paying zero, and then money would be repatriated to get decent interest rates without any currency risk, and potentially at that stage an awful lot of Japanese investments which are abroad would start getting repatriated and the yen would start going up a lot. And the more that happened, the more the faster people would repatriate assets, because of course they'd be losing money on the currency trade. We could see effectively a long squeeze and a major move up in JPY USD. We're not, sorry, in USD JPY. We're not there yet, but I'm wondering about it. USD CAD, possible 60-minute buy signal brewing. I think we might have lost a divergence on that loss to move down, actually. Australian dollar, we've got 60-minute sell signals reached possible near miss target. NZ, 60-minute sell signals reached possible near miss target. We are open for the next move. And on DX, I'm wondering if that move will be down. ZB, 60-minute weak 60-minute sell signals reached possible near miss target. On ZN, the 60-minute sell signal reached possible near miss target. That hasn't actually moved the needle a great deal, and I'm wondering if this double bottom on ZN with a target in the 109.28 area might actually make target. In terms of oil, I've got a nice looking wedge here, and I've got an RTH as well, and on CL I haven't got a nice wedge on here on the futures, but we do have one on the RTH charts. I'm wondering about a low here. Short term though, this kind of looks like a bear flag forming. And the same pretty much on CL. We've got a weak 60-minute buy signal fixed, hasn't made target yet. Same on CL. HO, got a 60-minute buy, full-size 60-minute buy signal fixed. RBOB's got a full-size 60-minute buy signal fixed. None of those have made target yet. NG, I am wondering here about a possible nested double bottom, but I wouldn't be astonished to see this continue down into a target in the 2.49 area, which I've been talking about. GC. GC. Oh, just want to show you the RTH charts on oil. This is the one I've got on the Brent 15-minute chart, but I've also drawn the same wedge on the 60-minute chart. You can see how nice it is on the 15-minute chart with the very nice 1, 2, 3 touches for the breakdown. Looks like a bullish underthrow, and here we would be bottoming and looking for a break over the declining resistance currently at about the 83 area. Exactly the same sort of setup on WTIC, although a little weaker off the low. And I'm wondering about starting another move up here. In terms of oil, well, I'm going to have a post on all that today. There's no actual real evidence that there are any meaningful talks happening. At the moment, Iran are not observing any kind of a ceasefire, saying they're not talking to the US and they're just talking to Oman and making fairly maximalist demands in the event that the US does want any talks. So we shall see how that goes. But at the moment, there's not a lot of evidence that that Strait of Hormuz will be opening soon, or if it does open, that it'll be on Iranian terms, which won't be particularly friendly. In terms of GC, we've got a 60-minute sell signal fixed here. We've seen a very nice break up here, and I am wondering about this overall double bottom. And we could see that break up directly. It looks like we're going to do a bit of a consolidation first. So we'll see a bit of a pullback. If we see a muted pullback while this makes target, then maybe this overall double bottom is ready to go. SI, we already retested the low there, and we are getting pretty close to a test of the double bottom resistance, and 60-minute sell signal is fixed already. Palladium, I've drawn this as a bear flag, but it's also a double bottom, and we're pretty close to a test of resistance there too. Platinum, I don't have an obvious reversal pattern here, but we could of course see an IHS form. HG is back basically up, retesting the highs. So as expected, and we've got a lot of resistance here, and we've got some bigger picture sell signals suggesting that we may well see a high here. In terms of KC, it looks like bullish consolidation still. SB heading back up into a retest of this high in all probability. CC, we had a sell signal here that's now reached the possible near miss target. Bit of a pullback here, but unless we are forming a larger flag, A, B, C, I'd be looking for a retest of this high here just below 6,500 next. We shall see how that goes. Lumber, bigger picture. We've got some nice sell signals, and we may be seeing the start of the big move down into the 320 area that I've been talking about for quite a while. We've got a possible 60-minute buy signal brewing that may fix and give us a bit of a rally. CT, weak 6-minute sell signal is fixed and has held on a couple of times, even when I thought it was going to break, but it hasn't actually been taking the market down at all. I'm wondering about a further breakup on ZW. Looks like a bull flag. Corn kind of looks like a bull flag. Soy kind of looks like a bull flag. On ZL, doesn't look like a bull flag, but it overall looks as though it may well be a bullish consolidation. Live cattle, we've still got a head and shoulders which is broken down with a target in the tier 4.45 area. We've got a little double bottom which is broken up with a target in the 231.6 area, and we're getting pretty close to that target. We've got a 6-minute sell signal fix which hasn't delivered anything so far. HE, we had a big IHS here, it broke up, it failed, and the obvious target for that fail is a retest of the low here in about these 79.5 area, and that is the obvious next target. We're holding the monthly pivot as resistance at the moment. All right, great. Let's have a quick look at questions, of which we have none. All right, hang on 1 second. ES recap. Okay, no problem at all. Right. Yesterday, I was talking about the 60-minute sell signals, which were fixed or fixing on all of these equity indices. And today, they've all fixed. We've got full sell signals on ES, NQ, RTY, and YM. ES, I think we're forming a flag. I've got a target in mind of about the 7,700 area. And then I'm thinking we've got a bull flag, and we'd probably go back and retest that high. At that point, we could form a double top. We'd have formed a double top, and we could see a larger retracement, or we could go higher. And there will be room there will be room within the 3SD upper band to go significantly higher next week if it wants to. In terms of how far we've got so far, we got far enough here that it weakened the case that there was a double top on either Dire and or ES/SPX. So the way is open to go higher if it wants to. We still got sell signals here. I'm still expecting to see a bit lower. NQ has reached the possible near miss target and is pretty close to the target, and that's because it's lagging. RTY, expecting to see lower. YM, this was the last to fix the sell signal, and is the one that may not make target because it may be that the others make target in reverse before it gets there. In terms of DAX, sell signal fixed, ESTX sell signal fixed, and N225 sell signal fixed as well. None of those have made the possible near miss target. Just looking at the bigger picture for a minute, in terms of ES, we are basically still at the 3SD upper band. It would be nice to, with the middle band is turning up nicely, and that is progressing, and we're getting to the stage where I would be leaning toward, we're opening up some more space. It could use another couple of days, but before it has a try. Today and tomorrow would be fine, and we can make higher highs next week if it wants to. But this is what I was talking about, creating some space between, creating some room for the daily middle band to turn up and for the bands to expand and create some room under the 3SD lower band. How are we on the 45 DMA chart? We're looking fine, absolutely fine. Let's have a quick look at that. But actually, because we have this long consolidation, wait a second. Right, here we are. We're not, I haven't even marked it in yet. We've got the daily middle band, sorry, the 45 DMA at 74.77. We're 325 handles above it, or at least we got up to that level. And that basically is less than 5%. That's not a huge amount. Historically, I'll be marking it in as it's significant enough to mark in on Sunday on the bigger picture and looking at it there. But this isn't getting to an extreme level here. If we got up to 7,900, that would be more like it. And I'm wondering if we could do that. All right, great. In that case, I think that's a wrap. Everyone take care, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. All right, cheers.